Jeremiah Davenport and David DeJulius told me they just have a feeling, they said, this team is not done yet. It's a feeling that they could make a magical run in the conference tournament, win 3 games, and go dancing. There are 2 players on the roster who stayed 2 years ago when everything was seemingly falling apart. For Jeremiah, he went through more than most. Once a high-flying state champion at Moeller, Jeremiah Davenport was always a Cincinnati kid with a smile and a dream.
I can't even explain it, man. I'm so happy for my teammates.
And that dream always ended with him playing for the Cincinnati Bearcats.
The city just means so much to me. You know, just growing up here, you know, watching the Bearcats since a little baby, you know, it's just always being a fan.
Now coming to the end of his senior season at UC, the longtime fan is now a fan favorite as one of the most loyal players in recent program history. That loyalty was put to the test after his sophomore season. How difficult was all of that for you, and to just stay steady and stick through it?
Well, it wasn't easy.
In the middle of a coaching change with players leaving the program, Jeremiah suddenly lost his father Darren in April 2021. He was just 55 years old.
My dad taught me so much, and just who he was, you know, is just keeping me motivated, you know, keeping me strong, and just living my life through him and for God.
Leaning on his faith, leaning on his dad's example of strength, Jeremiah chose to stay and play for Wes Miller. And he chose to stick around with another one who stayed, David DeJulius.
I'm glad to be able to call him my teammate, a friend, a brother of mine. And just to see the resiliency of him and his family is inspired not only me, but everyone around him. His character is unmatched for sure.
Jeremiah comes from a big family. Character has always been a big part of that family, and a lasting message from his dad. Jeremiah plays for God. He plays for Cincinnati. He plays for his dad.
You know, I just hear his voice, you know, just little memes he said, you know, me growing up, it's just always in the back of my head, and you know, I'd just be a fool if I wouldn't, you know, go out there and compete for him, and just knowing that he'll be in the crowd watching me, talking to me during the games, you know, giving me looks, stuff like that. So I use that all as motivation, you know, and a lot of people don't know that.
So I did ask Jeremiah about why he stayed at UC 2 years ago. He was never leaving, trust me. He told me he had already started the process of getting a Bearcat tattoo on his chest in 2020, a permanent mark of his loyalty to the program. April 5th will be the 2nd anniversary of his father Darren's death. Jeremiah's mom told me over the phone she couldn't be more proud of how Jeremiah has carried on his dad's legacy. Guys, Darren Davenport was so beloved in the community. He was working on becoming a minister. He was writing a book. The family was going to take a family photo right before he passed away, April 2021. Things were left unsaid, undone, unfinished, and yet his legacy is carried on. And there's a book they want to publish that Darren was writing. There's so much still to this story, but Jeremiah is doing exactly what his dad would have wanted him to do at UC.
Any idea what the book's about, and what's Mr. Davenport going to do?
So that is a big question. As for the book, I asked Jeremiah's mom to send me a copy if she has one, to give me a little idea of what it's going to be about. She's working on that, has not done that yet. As for Jeremiah, he's a senior, but he has the COVID year. So he did not go through the senior day festivities with the Bearcats. He doesn't have a final answer yet, but certainly he could come back next year.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I know that, you know, since he's at Moeller, you know, I know Miles and my son knows him, and they just have nothing but good things to say about him, kind of like away from the court, that he's just a good kid.
He is a wonderful, there's always a smile on Jeremiah's face. Again, his maturity, his faith, how much he has grown these last couple of years is a big wow to everyone watching him, most certainly to his family, to his mom.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, really great stuff.
I love strong family stories.
Yes.
too.